Switzerland is one of the most expensive places in the world to live in. There is no doubt about it. When I first arrived in Switzerland, I was so shocked at how expensive everything is. But now, 1 year into living in Switzerland, I have discovered numerous ways that you can save money and still get to enjoy everything that Switzerland has to offer. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you all you need to know about saving money in Switzerland, making the most bang out of your buck. If you are new to the channel, my name is Yvette. I'm a Singaporean that has moved to Switzerland for a year. Be sure to subscribe and press the bell notification so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Without further ado, let's just get into it. First off, the biggest expense you'll have in Switzerland is housing and accommodation. Monthly rent could range from 1.2k to 4.6k, at least in Geneva, where I live in. The price could vary depending on the city that you've decided to settle in. So, while we can't do much about the high rental prices here, what we can do is compromise. And what I mean by that is compromising based on the following factor. The first factor would be based on location. If you do not mind a longer commute, living further away from the city center can save you hundreds of your monthly rent. For example, in Geneva, if you were to stay right smack in the city center around Cornava or Zovives area, the average monthly rent could go up to 2.7k. But if you decide to live on the outskirts of town, your monthly rent could go down to about 1.2k. So this is actually quite a pretty significant amount of difference that you could potentially save from your monthly rent. The second factor is the type of accommodation that you are going for. It can be a studio apartment, a 3-bedroom apartment, or even an entire house to yourself. And depending on the living space, the smaller it is, the cheaper your monthly rent would be. The last factor would be privacy. Do you want the entire apartment to yourself? Or you do not mind co-living with other roommates with a shared bathroom and kitchen? So all in all, it really boils down to what you want to prioritize and compromise when it comes to finding a suitable apartment without breaking your bank. Last but not least, unfurnished apartments are going to be cheaper than furnished apartments. It really depends on individuals for this one because some might feel that it's much more convenient just going for a furnished apartment. But for me, I got an unfurnished apartment because I find joy in decorating my own home and invest in furniture I'll keep in the future. And that brings me to my next point on how to save money getting furnitures. Getting second-hand furniture, giving a second life to used furniture can help to reduce wastage and save the environment. Many people would sell their used furniture at a very cheap price, or some would even give away their furniture for free on Facebook Marketplace and Ricardo. Another way of buying second-hand furniture would be going to thrift stores or flea markets where used furniture in good condition are being sold at a fraction of their original price. If you prefer to have brand new furniture, IKEA is the most affordable furniture store worldwide and they offer some pretty good promotions as well. Personally, for me, I only go to IKEA to shop for furnitures when they are running their Eat Your Discount promotion. Basically, all you have to do is to dine at their cafeteria and you will be given a voucher equivalent of your meal price that you can check out with your furnitures. I have gotten countless of free furniture using this promotion, so be sure to check it out. Jiffy is also another store that I like to check out for cheap and affordable furnitures, appliances, decorations, etc. They have like everything in there. The last option would be to DIY your furniture. Yes, you've heard it right. If you're particularly good with your hands, you can head to DIY stores like M Park to buy the raw materials and assemble it together. For example, we have built a false cabinet to cover up our heater, and I mean, if we were to custom make an order like that, it's gonna cost us way more, so it was pretty worth it. And it has since been one of my newest hobby, DIYing stuff and decorations for the home instead of buying it, which is often less expensive, and I feel a sense of achievement after completing it. Next, the second thing you spend the most on in Switzerland is food. Eating out in Switzerland is very expensive. Most tourists actually get shocked at how expensive dining out is. If you're coming to Switzerland for the first time and are looking to eat out every meal, be prepared to set aside a budget of at least 100 francs per day. Personally, for me, I rarely dine out, but when I do, here are some really good tips to help reduce your costs. Number 1, eat out at lunch times. Lunch menus are usually cheaper than dinner menus. You can expect to pay 25 to 35 francs for lunch and 40 to 50 francs for dinner per pax. Number 2, instead of eating out at restaurants, do picnics instead. Go to your nearest supermarket to get an assortment of cheese, bread, charcuterie and drinks. Or what I love to do is to go to my local Japanese Asian mart to get their piping hot bentos for just 9.90 francs. That is way cheaper than the ready-made meals in Migros or Co-op. Once you've gotten what you want, find a good spot with an amazing view and have your meal there. This would save you at least half the amount of money spent at restaurants, and you get to enjoy the amazing views of Switzerland. Number 3, and the very last tip I'm gonna give you for dining out is to use this app called Too Good To Go. It is an initiative to reduce food wastage by restaurants, cafes and bakeries. What you do is you purchase this surprise bag at a really cheap price, and they would give you whatever they couldn't sell out in time by the end of the day. And honestly, this is such a brilliant idea. It's like a win-win situation for both consumers and businesses, and at the same time do something good for the environment. With that being said, I have mentioned earlier that I rarely dine out. I cook at home 99% of the time, and that has saved me so much money on food. Groceries in Switzerland may be expensive, but there are definitely ways to help reduce your costs. These are some of my best tips on grocery shopping in Switzerland. First up is good planning, meal plans. I usually plan out my menu for the week and list down all the ingredients I need to shop for. By doing so, I prevent myself from overbuying and spending on unnecessary food items. It also helps to make my trip to the supermarket much more efficient. Next, set a budget. For instance, I usually set a weekly budget of 80 to 120 francs for groceries. I think that is pretty acceptable considering that the monthly average for groceries in Switzerland is about 500 to 700 francs per person. Next is choosing the right supermarkets. The main supermarket chains in Switzerland are Migros and Co-op. If you want to save money, there are several discounted and cheaper grocery stores such as Lidl, Denner and Co-op. I recently discovered Allegro, a wholesale market unique in Switzerland that is primarily targeted at businesses, but they are open to public as well. Alternatively, what a lot of Swiss like to do is to cross the borders to Germany or France to get their groceries because it is significantly cheaper there. As I live in the French part of Switzerland, I cross the border every week to shop at French supermarkets such as Leclerc and Carrefour. Now that you have chosen your supermarket of choice, another tip to help you save even more money is to go to the grocery store in the evening, nearer to closing time, where there would be lots of discount of fresh food items and sometimes even meat. Lastly, sign up for supermarket loyalty cards. Since you'll be shopping in the supermarket anyway, you might as well just accumulate points that can be redeemed in the future. Once you are part of their loyalty program, you'll get offers, promotions, and even free gifts from time to time. Not only at Co-op, for example, but also all of their partner stores. Here are some of the benefits I've gotten so far. I have received a free candle and reed diffuser from Livik, free Easter chocolates, free Lindt chocolate, and I redeemed all of my points for an air fryer. They also have seasonal collections where you collect stickers and you receive a free gift after. I've gotten my Christmas mug from there, my Tupperware from there, and these are the benefits of having a loyalty card from the supermarket of your choice, and it actually helps you save some money. The third aspect that you're gonna spend a lot of money on in Switzerland is transport and travels. I am going to skim through this really quickly as I have already covered this in an in-depth video that I'm going to link over here. Please do revisit to find out all you need to know about getting around Switzerland via public transport. Just to give you a quick summary, getting a Swiss travel card is going to save you tons of money. SBB offers a wide range of different travel cards for almost every travel need. What I'm currently using is the half fare travel card that allows me to have 50% off any tickets that I purchase. And this is usually what most of the people living long term in Switzerland is using. Next, purchasing tickets in advance allows you to travel around Switzerland at a fraction of what it would usually cost, and this can be in the form of Super Saver tickets or the Saver Day Pass. The last travel tip I'll be giving you is to download the official Swiss travel apps like the Grand Train Tour, Swiss Travel Guide, and the Grand Tour app. It can give you inspiration and ideas on how to better plan your trip to Switzerland. And the best part of it all are the vouchers that are within the apps, and at a glance, there is a free first class upgrade on Lake Brienz, 2-for-1 promotions on mountain rides, guided tours, free giveaways, etc. I think that this is going to be really worth it for you. Last but not least, miscellaneous expenses. These are some of the money saving tips that I couldn't really lump them all under one whole category. First up, I didn't get a Wi-Fi router at home, but instead I would share my mobile data hotspot on the desktop to use the computer. And the internet works fine, so it kind of saves me money of getting additional Wi-Fi at home. Next, track your spending. I track my daily expenses using a budgeting app called Spending Tracker to make sure that I spend within my means. I realize a lot of people around me do not track their expenses and end up spending more than what they earn and is forced to live paycheck to paycheck. So I think this is a really great way to keep yourself in check. Next, beauty-related services. Instead of going to the salon, I cut my hair at home, and it's actually not that difficult. A trip to the hairdressers would have cost me 60 to 80 francs, and I don't want to risk having a bad haircut just because of my communication barrier with the hairstylist. Next, shopping. Living in a country with 4 seasons meant that I needed more clothes, shoes, hat, etc. I don't think that I have ever purchased new clothes at a physical store in Switzerland. Instead, what I do is I would shop online and have it shipped directly from China. I mean, a lot of the products originate from China that are marked up a lot here, so there's no better way to save money than to just buy directly from the source. If I do not want to wait 2 weeks for the shipping, I would shop at thrift stores instead. Lastly, opting in for publicity pamphlets in our mailbox. We got supermarket catalogs of offers for the week, limited store promotion for furnitures, and last year winter we actually got a publicity pamphlet by Dosenbeck, who is running a promotion for 2 free 1 winter boots. This actually helps us keep a lookout for promotions that could potentially save us some money. All in all, these are the above ways that I adopt in my lifestyle to make living in Switzerland much more affordable. I think it really just boils down to how we choose to be frugal, to spend our money wisely, putting money to things that really matter so that we can save up for the future. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Be sure to turn on the bell notification so you'll get notified whenever I post a new video. And if you know of any other ways to save money in Switzerland, please leave them down in the comments. I would love to hear all about them. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!